Baltimore State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby indicted on charges of perjury and making false statements on mortgage applications. The chief prosecutor of the city of Baltimore has been indicted by a federal grand jury on 2 counts of perjury and 2 counts of making false statements on a loan application for the purchase of 2 vacation homes in Florida, according to court documents filed Thursday. State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, who gained national attention in 2015 for charging officers in the custody death of Freddie Gray, now herself faces perjury charges over documents she submitted to apply for loans against her retirement plan in 2020, according to the indictment. In doing so, Mosby, whose term in office ends this year, allegedly used a withdrawal option to create under the CARES Act passed to help people who were financially impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. Mosby insisted that she was unequivocally innocent in a news conference Friday, painting the indictment as a potentially motivated attack just months before an election. She did not address the charges in detail, acknowledging that there were some things she couldn't say. But I wanted the people of Baltimore to hear from me. I've done nothing wrong, unquote, she told reporters. Quote, I did not defraud anyone to take my money from my retirement savings, and I did not lie on any mortgage application, unquote. When Mosby applied for 2 loans against her 457B retirement plan, she signed documents that indicated she, quote, experienced adverse financial consequences, unquote, due to COVID-19, according to the indictment. However, the indictment said her gross income in 2020 was $247,000, an increase of nearly $10,000 from the previous year. Mosby received $36,000 in May and $45,000 in December of 2020 from a retirement account, according to the indictment. The money Mosby received allegedly went toward the purchase of 2 vacation homes in Florida, and she is also charged with making false statements on the mortgage applications, according to the indictment. She secured $490,000 in the mortgage in 2020 and a $428,000 mortgage in 2021, but she did not disclose in the application that she owed more than $45,000 in federal back taxes, the indictment says. Additionally, Mosby allegedly stated that she would be in the primary resident of one of the homes for at least a year in order to receive a lower mortgage rate, but she had already entered an agreement with the vacation home management company to rent out the house the week before, the indictment alleges. She sold one of the properties in November for a $150,000 profit, the Baltimore Sun reported. Quote, please don't be fooled, unquote, Mosby said in a news conference. We are now 5 months from the next election, and this indictment is merely a political ploy by my political adversaries to unseat me. Please also understand that I will never let that happen without a fight, unquote. She did not take any questions from reporters. Mosby comments echoed an early statement by her lawyer, who also said she is innocent of the charge. I remain confident that once all the evidence is presented, that she will prevail against these bogus charges. Charges that are rooted in personal, political, and racial animus 5 months from her election, unquote, attorney A. Scott Bolden said in the statement. If convicted, Mosby faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in the federal prison for each perjury count and a maximum of 30 years for each count of making false statements on the mortgage application. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Maryland, she could also be forced to forfeit any property found to have been obtained by fraud, the indictment says. Quote, we're not commenting beyond what's on the indictment. It speaks for itself, unquote. Marcia Murphy, spokesman for Maryland U.S. Attorney Eric Barron, told CNN. Mosby will have an initial appearance in the U.S. District Court in Baltimore, but the hearings has not yet been scheduled, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Mosby was elected as a state's attorney in Baltimore and City in 2014 and re-elected in 2018. In 2015, she charged 6 Baltimore police officers in the death of Gray, who died in police custody after suffering a neck injury while being driven unrestrained in the back of a police van. His death became a symbol of the black community's mistrust of police and triggered days of protests and riots in Baltimore. None of the 6 officers arrested was convicted. According to TMZ, Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty, sued by security honcho, claims Petty sucker punched him. Nicki Minaj and her husband have a funny way of thanking security guards at concerts, at least according to one of them, who claims Kenneth ambushed and punched him backstage. The guy was head of security for one of Nicki's concerts in Germany back in 2019, and in a lawsuit, he claims the rapper pissed at a security staffer for allowing a male fan to get on stage during the show. In docs obtained by TMZ, Thomas Wiedemuller alleges Nicki yelled at the female security guard, calling her a fucking bitch, and recorded the whole thing. Wiedemuller says the security guard was left in tears, so he interceded and went to speak to Nicki Minaj about the incident. According to the suit, Nicki screamed at him too, saying, "Who do you think you are?" and allegedly threw her shoe at him. He says her aim was off and he escaped unscathed. However, he claims he was later called back to Nicki's room for another discussion, and while she ripped into him again, Kenneth allegedly came out of nowhere and punched him square in the face, breaking his jaw. Kenneth packs one hell of a punch. Apparently, Wiedemuller says he had 8 surgeries to fix his jaw. Now has 5 plates in his face and will need an additional 6 operations to get it right. He's suing Kenneth and Nicki, who he alleges provoked the attack, for damages including his hefty medical bills. We reached out to Nicki, but no word back yet. Chris Brown accused of assaulting and drugging a woman in a $20 million lawsuit. An unnamed woman has filed a lawsuit against Chris Brown, alleging the singer drugged and assaulted her in Miami in December 2020. A woman has accused Chris Brown of drugging and assaulting her in Miami, Florida. The 32-year-old Go Crazy singer is being sued for $20 million, according to court documents filed in Los Angeles County Thursday that were seen by People magazine. The accuser, who is identified as Jane Doe, is a professional dancer, model, music artist, and choreographer, according to the complaint. In the lawsuit, Doe alleges that while in Miami on December 30th, 2020, she was FaceTiming with a male friend who was on a yacht docked at Sean Diddy Combs' estate. Brown allegedly took the friend's phone and told Doe he had heard about her music and urged her to head over to Diddy's home on the Star Island as soon as possible. The court documents state, once on the yacht, Doe alleges the singer gave her a mixed drink in a red cup. They talked about her musical aspirations, and Brown offered her tips about starting a career in the music industry. According to the documents, he allegedly refilled her drink, and she says she began to feel a sudden, unexplained change in consciousness. The lawsuit states, adding that she felt disoriented, physically unstable, and started to fall in and out of sleep. The singer is accused of taking the drug and half-asleep Doe to a bedroom, closing the door, and blocking her from leaving. According to the docs, he allegedly threw Doe on the bed and began to kiss her. She mumbled for him to stop, but he ignored her, the complaint alleges. Brown allegedly assaulted Doe, then jumped up and announced he was done. A lawyer for Brown did not immediately respond to People's request for the comment. A representative for Diddy was not commenting. Doe left shortly after with the help of a friend whom she texts. The following day, Brown allegedly contacted Doe to check on her, telling her he was faded and didn't recall details of their alleged encounter. The lawsuit claims he demanded her to take a plan B to terminate any possible pregnancy, to which she obliged. In January 2021, she went to his Tarzana, California home after he initiated contact, according to the complaint, and listened to music. The star's producer was present along with another female. Doe allegedly went to his home again in August when she was recording the song. While there, the no-guided singer displayed a loud, irritated behavior when she refused his alleged advance to go to his upstairs bedroom, the lawsuit states, adding that Brown told her she would never make it as an artist unless she was willing to do what it takes. The accuser says in the complaint that she has since experienced dramatic mood swings, loss of appetite, panic attacks, and engaged in self-harm. She is suing Brown for assault, battery, violation of the gender violence statute, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Though Brown did not directly address the claims, the singer shared a pointed message on his Instagram story early Friday. "I hope y'all seen this pattern," he wrote, adding a blue cap emoji, which is slang for lying. "Whenever I'm releasing music or projects, they try to pull some real bull." Doe's lawyer, George Varbeck, says in a statement to People magazine that he and his legal team intends to hold all parties accountable so that we might begin to eradicate this behavior from our society. He adds, "Our client deserves justice, the same justice that all victims of abuse claims deserve."